Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture on neighborhood processing. So, image enhancement in spatial domain, it can be performed in two ways, point processing techniques and neighborhood processing techniques. So, in point processing techniques, we are considering one pixel at a time and we modify that pixel depending on the requirements. But it is not the case in case of neighborhood processing. In this neighborhood processing, if we have to process any pixel, in that case we have to consider its 8 neighbors. For example, here one 3 by 3 neighborhood is represented. So this is 3 by 3 neighborhood. So this one pixel is f of xy. So if we have to work on this f of xy pixel, we have to consider its immediate 8 neighbors. So these are the 8 neighbors of this pixel f of xy, and based on the value of 8 neighbors of pixel f of xy, we are going to modify this pixel f of xy, and this is called as neighborhood processing technique. So this is represented a 3 by 3 neighborhood. So with the help of this neighborhood processing, we can do much more compared to the point processing technique, because in point processing technique we can process only a single point or single pixel, and here in case of neighborhood processing we are processing a pixel based on its neighbor values. For processing the image by using this neighborhood processing technique, we have to use a mask. We can use a 3 by 3 mask or 7 by 7 mask or 5 by 5 mask. Here it is one 3 by 3 mask represented. So these are the coefficients, we can say, for mask: W1, W2, W3, W4, W5, W6, W7, W8 and W9. So this is one 3 by 3 mask represented here. Here what we have to do, we have to keep this mask on our image, and then we have to multiply the corresponding value of the mask and the corresponding value of the pixel. That means we have to multiply the W1 value with the pixel which is corresponding with this W1, that is nothing but f of x minus 1, y minus 1. Like this we have to multiply with each value of the mask coefficient and corresponding pixel which is from the image, and based on that we have to add all the values and we have to replace that calculated value at the center where our mask is overlap. That means we have to change the value f of the value here f of x y. Okay, so this is the 3 by 3 mask which we are going to overlap with our image. Once this value is calculated, we have to shift this mask to the right side by one position. Initially we have kept this mask like this. After calculation we'll shift this mask to right by one position, and again we'll do the similar calculation, and now the modified value, that modified value we have to keep at this location, that is f of x y plus 1. Okay, likewise we have to perform this neighborhood processing technique. Now here if f is the original image, we'll consider, and g is the modified image. In that case what happens, here I'll write down, if f is original image and g is modified image, in that case the modified image g of xy is given as this W1 when we place, if it is f image. Okay, so W1 into this pixel, so W1 into this pixel is nothing but f of x minus 1, y minus 1. So W1 into f of x minus 1 y minus 1 plus w2 into this value, so w2 into f of x minus 1 y plus w3 into f of this pixel, so f of x plus 1 y plus 1 plus now this value and this value w4 into f of x y minus 1 plus w5 into f of x y plus w6 into f of x y plus 1 plus w7 into f of x plus 1 y minus 1 plus w8 into f of x plus 1 y plus w9 into f of x plus 1 y plus 1. So this value we have to calculate like this by using this calculation, and then we have to keep this modified value at the center of the mask or at the center position where our center of the mask is coming. So here if we'll consider this as our 3 by 3 mask, the center of this mask is nothing but this W5, okay, or this location is the center of our mask. So what we'll do, we'll put the calculated value of g of xy at the position of f of xy. So if you observe this procedure is similar like the convolution procedure. So by this way this neighborhood processing can be done. With the help of this neighborhood processing we can achieve the filtering of the images. We can perform low pass filter, high pass filter or band pass filter by using this neighborhood processing on the image. So to understand the filtering, what happens, first of all we must know what do you mean by frequency in the image. What do you mean by frequency in image? So before that, let's consider the frequency for one dimensional signal. Here I'll draw two signals like this. This is one signal and here I'll draw the another signal like this. Okay, so this is signal A, consider signal B. So by observing these signals we can understand which signal is having more frequency and which signal is having less frequency. So if these are the voltage signals, okay, let's consider it as a V1 and minus V1. It is V1 minus V1 like this. If these signals are of voltage signal, then how we can define the frequency? So the number of or how much we can say that the changes in the voltage is there. Based on that we are deciding the frequency of that signal. So here the voltage signal changes in this manner, okay, but in second case there is more rapid change in the voltage. So we can say that the second signal is having more frequency compared to first signal, okay. That means in second case or in second signal we are having more oscillations compared to the first signal, okay. So this is having more frequency. So what do you mean by frequency in image? Because it is in case of one dimensional signal, images are 2D signals, okay. So in case of 2D signals, what do you mean by frequency in image? So what happens, like this also we can consider in image we are having gray levels, okay. So how rapidly the gray levels changes, based on that the frequency is decided. So if gray level changes slowly, it is considered as having low frequency, and if gray level changes rapidly, it is considered as a high frequency region. So generally in images at the borders, okay, we are having such type of change in the frequency. Let's consider here, this is one gray level. Let's consider gray level 1 and this is gray level 2. Two different gray levels are represented here. So if we observe this portion, what happens here? There is no change or very slow change in the gray level. So this region we can consider having low frequency region. Okay, it is low frequency region. Similarly, this region here, the uniform gray level is there on this region. So this is also having low frequency region. But when we move on the border area of this portion, means when we move from this gray level into this gray level or from this gray level into this gray level, what happens here is the rapid change or here is the change in the gray level. So this border area is having high frequency in the images. That's why the images, in case of images, the backgrounds, these are generally considered as a low frequency regions, and the edges or borders, these are considered as a high frequency regions from the images. So this is nothing but the frequency concept in case of images. Now, as we have seen, with the help of this neighborhood processing, we can perform the different filtering operations. We can perform low pass filtering, high pass filtering, etc. So when we perform low pass filtering means what? We are only passing the lower frequency region. That means this low frequency region can be passed and the high frequency region is removed from the image. And when we perform high pass filtering, in that high pass filtering only the high frequency region will be passed and the low frequency region will be removed from the image. That means when the low pass filtering is performed, in that case the edges of the image gets blurred or that edges becomes smooth. And when we perform the high pass filtering, in that case the low frequency region will be removed and only the edges part will be enhanced in the image. Now we'll see that low pass filtering, high pass filtering. So low pass filtering, as the name suggests, it removes the high frequency content from the image, and generally this low pass filtering is used to remove noise from the image. So from images noise can be removed with the help of this low pass filtering. Here this low pass filtering is having different types like low pass averaging filter, low pass median filter, etc. So first in this low pass filtering we'll study low pass averaging filter. This low pass filter is also called as smoothing filter because the edges or the sharp area from the image can be blurred or make smooth, and that's why this low pass filter is also called as smoothing filter. Now low pass averaging filter, here if the image is having Gaussian noise, then we can use this low pass averaging filter to remove the Gaussian noise from the image. The frequency response of the low pass filter is like this. All of you know the frequency response of low pass filter. This is in case of ideal and this is the curve for practical case. This is frequency axis. So this is the frequency response of low pass filter in frequency domain. In spatial domain, this can be represented like this. So this is spatial domain. This one is frequency domain. So this is the frequency domain representation for low pass filter, and this one is spatial domain representation for low pass filter. So from this spatial response we can generate the filtering mask for this low pass averaging filter. So if we observe here that in case of spatial domain we are having maximum value at the center of the axis, and as we move away from the center that values will go on decreasing, and based on this we can define the mask for this low pass averaging filter. Here one more thing, all the coefficients of this low pass averaging filter are having positive value, and based on this we can define a 3 by 3 mask. So that 3 by 3 mask so 1 by 9 into 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. So this is the 3 by 3 mask for low pass averaging filter. So as the name suggests, here each element of the mask is having average value. Each element of mask is having average value, and that's why it is called as averaging filter. We can also use a 5 by 5 mask or 7 by 7 mask, and based on the size of this mask this value will going to vary. Okay, so for 5 by 5 mask this value will become 1 by 25 and all other coefficients will be 1. Okay, but here there are 5 rows and 5 columns in 5 by 5 mask, or I'll write down here a 5 by 5 mask. Here it will be 1 upon 25 into so this is a 5 by 5 averaging filter mask. Now we'll see the next filtering technique, that is nothing but low pass median filtering. This is low pass median filtering. What happens? The averaging filter is used whenever there is the Gaussian noise present in the image, and this averaging filter removes the noise by blurring that noise portion from the image. But there are certain limitations of averaging filter. The first limitation is based on the mask size. So if the size of the mask is large, what happens? The area blurred from the image will be larger. If we are going to use the small mask size, only smaller portion from the image will be blurred, and generally the noise is the high frequency region, so that high frequency region will be blurred. And here the averaging filter, it blurs the edges along with the noise in the image, because edges are also having the high frequencies. But if in the image the salt and pepper noise is present, salt and pepper noise is present, then we cannot use the Gaussian, we cannot use the averaging filter. Okay, because what happens, this salt and pepper noise is spread all over the image in terms of bright and light dots. And if we are going to use the averaging filter, that averaging filter will blur the noise and it also blur the edges and it will ruin our whole image. And that's why whenever a salt and pepper noise is present in the image, we cannot use the averaging filter. In this case, we have to use the other filter, which is having non-linear nature, and that filter is nothing but low pass median filter. So with the help of this low pass median filter, we can remove the salt and pepper noise. Here this median filtering, it is also called as order statistic filter. It is also called as order statistic filters. Why it is called as order statistic filter? Because the response of this median filter, it is based on the ordering or ranking of the pixels contained within the mask. Here also we have to use the mask, but that mask or we can say that the mask used in this median filter is the empty mask, not like our averaging filter. In averaging filter, low pass averaging filter, we are having the mask 3x3 mask like this, which is having the value equals to 1/9. 1/9 into this, that is nothing but a single coefficient of the mask is having value 1/9. But in case of median filter, a 3x3 mask is having empty value, and we have to use this empty mask, and based on the ordering or ranking of the pixels of the mask, the response of this median filtering is decided. And that's why here we can use the median filtering to remove salt and pepper noise. Here there are certain steps which have to be performed during the median filtering. So steps to perform during median filtering. So what are the steps? First step, we have to consider a empty mask, and we'll consider a 3x3 empty mask, because just we have discussed that if the size of the mask will be more, the blurring effect will be more, and that's why we'll use a small size mask. Then what we have to do, we have to place the mask at left hand corner. Means if this is our image, on this image we have to place our mask at left hand corner like this. And then what we have to do, here it will coincide with the 9 pixels from the image. Okay, then we have to rearrange these 9 pixels either in ascending or in descending order. So in third stage we have to rearrange 9 pixels in either ascending or descending order. Then next we have to choose the median value. Out of that 9 pixels, a median value we have to choose, and that selected median value we have to place at the center of this pixel value. So next, place median value at center. After doing this, we have to shift this mask to one position to the right side, and again we have to perform these steps. Okay, so by this way we can perform the median filtering, and we can remove the salt and pepper noise present into the image. Next filter is high pass filter. So in case of high pass filtering eliminates the low frequency region, while it contains or retains or enhance only the high frequency component from the image. So an image which is gone through this high pass filtering does not contain the background, but the edges present in the image gets enhanced. So edges will be enhanced by high pass filtering and the background will be removed after high pass filtering. Here the high pass filtering is also performed in similar way like the low pass averaging filter, only the change is based on the mask, okay, because there is change in the representation of high pass filter. In frequency domain, the high pass filter, this is the ideal, and high pass filter is represented like this in frequency domain, while in case of spatial domain, this high pass filtering can be represented like this. Here the curve is like this in spatial domain. So if we observe at the center, the maximum value is there, and as we go away from the center, this curve go on decreasing, and here at this point it crosses this reference line and it will go towards the negative direction, and that's why based on this a 3x3 high pass filtering mask can be defined, and that 3x3 high pass filtering mask is like this. So at the center maximum value, so at the center it is having maximum value, and at the periphery there are negative values. So a 3x3 high pass filtering mask is having coefficients like this. If we add all the coefficients of high pass mask, then the addition of all the coefficients is equal to 0. This is because we have to remove the low frequency region from the image, and we have to enhance only the edges or high frequency region from the images, and that's why the summation of all the coefficients of high pass filtering mask is always equals to 0. So there are mainly two issues observed during the high pass filtering. First issue, sometimes we get negative values after calculation of or after doing this filtering. In the resultant image we'll get the negative values, okay, and we cannot represent the pixel value in terms of a negative value. So how we can deal with this? If let's consider if in our output image we are getting the negative value as -10, okay, so the gray level cannot be represented as -10. Gray level is represented for 8-bit image, it is represented as 0 to 255, okay, 0 means black, 255 means white, and in between that there are different shades of gray level. So -10 cannot be represented by the gray level. So what we can do with this negative values? If we take the mod of this -10, it will become +10, okay, but -10 is less than 0, yes, and 0 is nothing but black, and -10 will be more black than this black, and if we take the mod, it will be represented as bright compared to if +10, what it will do? It will represent bright than this black color. That means taking the mod is not good idea for dealing with this negative values. Okay, because if we take the mode of such type of negative values, it will be considered as a brighter compared to this black portion. Okay, actually it is blacker than black, but these are considered as a brighter when we take the mode, and it will affect the gray values of the entire image, because the bright spots can be observed over the image if we take the mode of such negative values. Okay, so what we can do here we can simply make -10 as 0. Okay, wherever there are -10 values, that can be replaced by 0, because more black is nearly equal to black. By considering this, we have to make assumption, and we have to simply make -10 values to 0 to deal with such type of negative values. Now the second problem here we are getting that the values of original image at the edge are very large, and there is a tendency of that large values to go out of the range due to the center weight of the mask. So this problem can be encountered in high pass filtering also, and to eliminate this particular problem, what we can do, we can use a scaling function. So here what happens, there is tendency of large value to go out of range. Okay, and to deal with this, what we can do, we can use the mask with scaling function. So scaling function means what? Here only simply we have to multiply this 3 by 3 mask with the scaling value, and that value for 3 by 3 mask is equals to 1 by 9. So this is the high pass mask by using the scaling function. Next filter is high boost filter. So there is one problem with the high pass filtering, that whenever the high pass filtering is performed, overall all the background which is having low frequency region is removed. Okay, and there are certain applications where the background should be retained. In that case, we can use this high boost filters, because in high boost filter, along with the high frequency, some low frequency region from the image is kept, and that filter is called as high boost filter. So this high boost filter can be obtained as original image minus low pass image. Okay, and based on this we can retain some background along with the high frequency content. So a 3 by 3 mask for this high boost filter is represented like this. One by 9. Here it is -1, -1, -1, -1, -1, -1, and the center value is positive, and it is 8.9 in case of 3 by 3 high boost filtering mask. So here in this session we have studied about the different filtering techniques in neighborhood processing of image enhancement. Thank you for watching the video.